Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. An organization created a ball that's pretty much indestructible for children from poor countries to play with. Have you ever seen bugs throw punches at each other? I found an Instagram account where this guy gives his cat the best head massages.
Halt dich fest, Quirin.
Ja, ich halte mich fest. Der Arm ist genau vor mir.
This is an F1 Savannah cat, and they're one of the most expensive domesticated cats you can possibly own. If you want a cat like this, you need to pay at least $12,000.
Are you tired? Yeah?
The US government has developed wheels that can change shape depending on the terrain.
Reconfigurable wheel track. Wheels that reconfigure to triangular tracks to instantly optimize mobility over different types of terrain. RWTs can change from wheel to track and back again within 2 seconds while the vehicle is in motion, for instant improvements to tactical mobility and maneuverability on diverse terrains.
There's a theme park in China that lets you walk on a bridge that's over 650 feet above the ground. This little chimp recognized and was reunited with his favorite caretaker. This is an Altomatus caterpillar, and they can be found in Central America. They are not poisonous, and they like to hang out in the same tree with hundreds of others.
And it's absolutely amazing. It's just, wow, it just blows me away entirely how incredible, beautiful and stunning this one is.
This is the Airbus Beluga, and it is one big plane. The Beluga is used to transport large plane parts, or even small planes. NASA has their own version of the plane called the Super Guppy, except it's shorter and fatter. Every 4th of July, people in Alaska take old vehicles and rig them to drive off a cliff by themselves. A company developed this device that you wear on your wrist to help prevent you from falling asleep while driving. The device senses your heartbeat, and once it drops below a certain level, it creates an electric shock, waking up the user. This is what it looks like to ride the trains in Mumbai, India. What you'll notice is that there are mainly men boarding this train. That's because women have their own car separated from the men. Women in India don't feel safe being in extremely crowded cars surrounded by men. This company made a robot that's specifically designed to find Waldo in under 10 seconds. This person designed car wheels that made parallel parking so much easier. Many reptile breeders tickle the shell of an egg to see if it's ready to hatch. This method is only used to see if the baby is strong enough to break through the shell.
Do you love me too? No? Oh no! I think he loves me.
Yeah, I got you. I got this on camera.
This person bought a giant stuffed bear, jumped inside, and then went to Walmart.
This way, turn right. Turn right. Come on. Now teach me how to Dougie.
That is too cute. I mean, seriously.
This is called the Seakeeper, which is a gyro stabilizer to prevent the boat from rocking back and forth. At the bottom of the boat, multiple stabilizers are placed to shift the weight in the opposite direction of the natural motion.
Of every boater's experience. Because stabilizing the roll motion is stabilizing the worst motion of a boat that makes people sick and tired. This will come about, we think, the same way that safety and comfort have been built into automobiles.
This is a Eurasian wryneck, and they have an interesting defense mechanism when they're captured. These birds make their body as skinny as possible and move like a snake to try and scare predators. This is called a self-starting siphon, and is a simple shaped tube that can move liquid without using any sort of effort. Many people actually used to make tubes like this to steal gas from gas stations.
Let's see what happens. Watch it closely. We lower it in, water level comes up to that first bend, over, down, around and out. And it only just made it. In fact, it wouldn't have if that hill were too tall or the water level weren't right up to the edge there.
This is a giant dragline excavator built by the Soviet Union. This incredibly massive machine doesn't have any wheels, but it moves by walking on its feet. These are mobula rays, and this is a performance both males and females carry out to attract a mate. The higher the rays fly, the bigger the noise they make on the way down, which makes it easier to get noticed.
This is really, really rare.
What you just saw was the world's first standing double backflip on a hard surface.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, wow.
This is called a sundog, and it's a very rare situation when it looks like there are 3 suns in the sky. It's created when sunlight reflects off of ice crystals floating in the air. This is called a paternoster lift, and it's a continuously moving doorless elevator. They're not very helpful for elderly or disabled people, but do make it very easy to jump on. Supposedly, there are sensors that stop the lift if someone were to get their arm stuck between levels. These people in California blocked off traffic on a bridge so they could do some stunts. They were arrested a few minutes later. This is an easy way to convert salt water into fresh water. By heating up the bottle filled with salt water, only fresh water evaporates and moves to the other bottle.
So now it's been about 10 minutes since the water started boiling, and I think I have enough water in this bottle that I can give it a test. Absolutely pure.
This person created a Stirling engine made out of soda cans and a candle. A Stirling engine is an engine that only needs a heat source to operate.
Hey man, can you hurry up in here? I still got a shower.
This bear was injured in a wildfire in California, and these veterinarians decided to use the skin from tilapia fish to heal the wounds. Medical professionals have discovered that the skin from tilapia fish actually speeds up the healing process for burn victims.
Because she's so painful, and we try a new therapy. I put those bandages, the tilapia skin on her feet, and right after we got done and she woke up, she stood up for the first time and was able to walk.
A company created a backpack that stays in place while your back moves up and down. This technology is being used to make it easier for US soldiers to carry equipment.
Okay, unlock.
This is a blue sea slug, and although they look super cute, they're actually extremely dangerous. These little guys eat some of the most venomous jellyfish in the world and then store that venom in their own skin. If a human touches one of these guys, they will receive a potentially deadly sting. There's a restaurant in the Maldives that's completely underwater. In 1997, a group of people in France decided to build their own castle using only the tools they had back in the 13th century. The castle is located right next to a forest where all their building materials come from. The castle is expected to be completed in about 6 years.
Les maçons vont continuer à élever la porte entre deux tours. Soutenus par les carriers et les tailleurs de pierre, ils vont relier les deux tours par un arc formant assommoir.
This is the Greenland shark, and it has one of the longest lifespans of any animal. This shark has an extremely slow metabolism. Their metabolism is so slow that they're not even biologically ready to mate until they reach about 150 years old. The oldest Greenland shark ever recorded was found to be about 400 years old. These sharks are also extremely slow, with a maximum speed of about 1.6 miles per hour. Because of how slow they are, scientists are not exactly sure how they hunt for food. A boy in Venezuela created his own handheld video game using cardboard and plastic bottles. In the year 79 AD, the city of Pompeii was buried after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. In the year 1748, excavations began to unearth this ancient city. What you see right now is drone footage of what archaeologists from the past several hundred years have brought to light. This is the Midsummer Eve bonfire located in Norway. It's an annual tradition used to celebrate the summer solstice and the longest day of the year. This giant tower is created by climbing up and down these wooden pallets. That's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.